everybody, and welcome back once again to my F1 23 My Team Career Mode campaign. We're on Season 3, we're at the 5th race. This is the Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona, and I am eager to go for this one. We've strapped on some more upgrades for the car, some pretty hefty ones actually, so we should be looking good here. It's been a bit of a disaster really, the start to the season. We did okay in round 1 because we got P3, but since then we have scored the grand total of 1 point. And I for one aim to change that here and get our championship campaign back on track. So that's what we're doing here right now. Q1, top the timesheets, going a couple of attempts quicker than Pierre Gasly on that lap, but Perez and Russell managed to improve and go just a little bit quicker than us. Q2 looking good. Piastri getting in my way though. Don't appreciate that one bit, and I really thought that was going to put a hamper on my lap. Luckily I did not lose anything really behind Piastri. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but IRL I think that would have been a penalty. But like I said, we're aiming to get back on track. The aim is to win the championship, and we're going to get that back underway here, and I'm going to push hard, go all out, or bin it trying, and that's exactly what we've done. Somehow we went fastest in Q2, but this is where it counts. Q3, what position can we get on the grid? We are looking very, very fast here. We are looking mighty fast. So let's put it around the last corner. See where we can end up. What's the time going to be? Show me that magic. 110.8. That is a mighty lap. And you know what? That was enough for pole. George Russell very closely behind though. And Drugovich in the top 3. Hopefully this could be a great team race for us.
Everyone to sunny Spain, specifically to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. In Formula One history have been written at this very track over the years, including Michael. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Sparkles lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Drugovich, Verstappen, Gasly, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Norris, Albon, Théo Pourchaire, Bottas, Ocon, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, De Vries, Stroll, Tsunoda, Liam Lawson, Joe, Hulkenberg, and Logan Sargent.
Well, they say you learn the most when you're losing, so Mercedes had a full tutorial in 2022.
Starting from pole position, let's get Season 3's championship campaign back on track. It's lights out and away we go, and a very nice launch off the start there. And look at that, they're all scrapping amongst themselves. I've got the best way through into turn 1, and here we go, round turn 1 going a little bit deep, but Russell and Verstappen are fighting each other. Drugovich down to 4th, he's lost the place off the start, but we have got the smoothest getaway we could ask for, and a clear track in front of us, leading the way in this Spanish Grand Prix, and that is exactly the start we wanted. But now we've got to do 33 laps driving to that level, so let's do our best here. And at the end of the second lap, because they've been fighting each other, we have managed to amass a 2.5 second lead. I mean, that's exactly what we want at this stage. If they want to help us build the lead, then I'm not going to stop them. Lap 3 then, the top 5, myself, Russell, Verstappen, Drugovich, Gasly in 5th. And an AlphaTauri coming to a stop. I believe that's Oscar Piastri. His miserable time at AlphaTauri continuing with this retirement. And it just doesn't seem to be getting any better for him. Meanwhile, Verstappen has had enough of watching Russell's rear wing, and he's having a go down the inside, but also Gasly is having a go at Drugovich. Is Drugovich going to be able to hold off the Mercedes? I can't see where Gasly is. Gasly's on our right, so no. Drugovich is not able to hold off Pierre Gasly, and Gasly moving into 4th Meanwhile, Lando Norris has decided he's also had enough of looking at a rear wing. This time it's Charles Leclerc, and down the inside Norris goes up into P7. And that is a good move by Norris. Leclerc still trying to fight him, but he's fighting a losing battle with that one, and Carlos Sainz is looking like he's getting interested. Next lap, we're riding on board with Charles Leclerc as he's coming back at Lando Norris. He's going to try and go round the outside of turn 1 and try and sweep it, but Norris has held his line beautifully, and Norris keeping the place. So Charles Leclerc not able to gain, and meanwhile Russell and Verstappen are still having their own little scrap here. I'm just about ahead. They have started catching up with me, but Verstappen holding on to P2 despite Russell's best efforts, and Gasly is just wanting to get himself involved in this as the current championship leader. Gasly really wanting to get involved, but at the end of lap 11 coming into lap 12, Verstappen is very close to me, and I think he might have a go at taking the lead into turn 1. I go to defend. Verstappen has the inside line. I'm going to brake a bit later, try and sweep round. I didn't really get the sweeper done, but where Verstappen went in tight, I was just able to carry a bit more momentum and retain the lead. It is getting very close at the front. Next time round, my tyres are starting to go off as well, which isn't helping. Here comes Verstappen. I go to cover the inside. If he wants to go through, he's going to have to try the outside, which he does. He has got ahead, but a bit late braking will just keep us ahead. And Russell has followed me through as well, so George Russell moving into second place there. Another lap later, how close are Russell and Verstappen? Very close is the answer. And Russell within 2/10, which means he is more than close enough to have a go. I'm using all of my overtake to try and defend. I move over to the right, Russell's up the inside, but again he's going to go in very tight, and that still allows us to keep momentum around the outside and retain the lead. So I am having to fight for it here, but at the moment we are holding on, and at the end of lap 16 I make my stop onto the hard tyres, and that is a very, very smooth pit stop. And I think we were the first of everyone around us to pit. Kevin Magnussen in the McLaren has come out ahead of us, but I don't think he's made his pit stop yet. Sainz and Leclerc behind us. Well, Leclerc's not pitted, but Sainz has pitted. No, they both pitted, sorry. Leclerc on medium, so surely he's going to have to pit again. Not quite sure what strategy Ferrari have stuck him on, but this is a moment that really got my heart rate up there, because that was close. But we were able to get past Kevin Magnussen, and now the rest of the field is starting to pit, but I don't think that's going to be any worry for us. And there is Leclerc then into the pits again on lap 21. What were Ferrari playing at with his strategy? Because he's tumbling to the back of the field. Meanwhile, this is Perez and Drugovich, and that's Drugovich trying to take P5 back from Perez. Perez got it from him earlier. Drugovich deciding he wants it back. That's P5 for our teammate, and a solid top 5. I do wish he could be in the top 3. Now Verstappen is having another go at Russell. These two have been scrapping all race. And is Verstappen going to get through? I believe Verstappen has got through. Next time round, however, here comes George Russell coming back at the Red Bull. These two have been at it all race long, and Russell retaking the place, and Verstappen having to defend quickly because Gasly wants to get interested there. Meanwhile, no such action or dramas for us. It's just a bit of a lonely race for me. But I'm now able, with a 4-second gap, just to control the pace. I don't have to push it. I don't have to gun it. I'm literally just leading the way and controlling the pace out front. But something that isn't in control is Felipe Drugovich's engine. Our teammate dropping out of the race and costing Perez quite a few seconds there, because he was blocking him and Perez just didn't seem to look for a way past him. And Leclerc's recovery drive has moved him up to P13. He's now on the back of the Aston Martin of Théo Pourchaire, and I think he's going to try and sweep round the outside and take P12. It is a disappointing day for Ferrari, for Leclerc in P12, but I'll tell you who it's absolutely 100% not a disappointing day for, and that is us. From the start, we controlled the race. It looked a bit hairy just before the pit stops with the defending we had to do, but since the pit stops, I have just been controlling the pace out front and keeping the gap up between 3.5 to 4.5 seconds. And now as we round the last corner, it's a first win of Season 3. Our title campaign begins here.
Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic, amazing, you deserved that race win, well done mate.
A nearly flawless performance here then, and a commanding victory. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I feel consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race.
That was the drive we needed, and boy, did we reap the rewards from it. P1, absolutely dominant display there. Fastest lap as well, so 26 points were taken from this one. George Russell gets P2 after fighting Max Verstappen all race, and Gasly was not able to capitalise from their two fighting, but still a solid P4 for him. And then it's Perez, Sainz, Norris, Ocon, Magnussen and Bottas that round out our top 10 for today. But for us, that was the race we needed. Looking at the standings then, Gasly retaining the lead of the championship, but it's very, very tight at the front. 7 points to Verstappen, 8 to Russell, 12 to Norris, and we're now only 27 behind. And I am 2 points off getting ahead of Drugovich. So we're not too far off. Not too much catching up to do. This is doable. Let's have a run. Let's get this momentum going and chase that goal. Thank you for watching this installment of Career Mode. Don't forget to leave a like. Hit the subscribe button if you're new and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, I've been Joe, TTFN guys. Ta-ta for now.